you. I didn't think we'd have this bigger crowd on Monday night. Honestly, I didn't. First of all, I'd like to thank Mike, Linda, and Dan for being here. Despite the outcome, just to continue the friendships and how hard you work for our state and our party. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. It's a great honor to me that all of you are here. So, and I know none of you are going away. 2012 is not that far away. Just right. Let me preface my announcement just with a brief explanation as to why I moved up to the announcement date. While I was out campaigning for all our officials that were running on the federal and state level, many people, they get confused about election dates and they think, Dick, are you running this time? I said, no. And they say, well, we heard you're not running again. Or some people say, well, you should run again. And there was more interest this time, I think, than I can remember, of people saying I wasn't running again or I was running again. And I thought, and I knew we know the other side of the aisle is going to have a candidate. We know that. Unless they want to cross-endorse me, I won't argue with them. I thought in case people weren't sure what I was doing from our side of the aisle, we have many great people on our side, I thought I wouldn't move the announcement up from January or February to December to let everybody know what I was doing. Because quite honestly, I never had more people walk up to me and say, you're running or you're not running, that I can remember in the last 2 elections. So I thought I'd, as I said, move it up a little bit. I have had the pleasure of leading this city now for 5 years. I have had the pleasure of representing, I think, one of the finest cities in this country. There is no more generous group of people than the people who live in Norwalk, whether it's doing things for the veterans, the nonprofits, trying to help the homeless, help the hungry. Day in and day out, there's no better city for generosity to the people of our community. And I have been treated with so much respect and kindness from 99% of the people. There's always a 1%, we know that. But it is overwhelming at times. And Barbara's with me at times, and she hears people say, Dick, you're doing a great job. Mayor, you're doing a good job. And especially the young people in the city. I have been in the schools as much as any mayor can be in the schools. To walk down the street and have second graders, middle school, high schoolers come up, Mayor, I saw you at Columbus, or I saw you at Merrimack, or I saw you at Nathan Hale, or I saw you at the high school. Day after day, you get the notes written to me, thank you for being mayor, from the little ones that come to visit the office and ask me all the time how old I am. One of them asked me, actually, were you with President Washington? I didn't quite build Stevens School in Stanford, Mike, but I was close. All of them, and to know that they recognize, not Dick Moccia, but the mayor. It means so much to me. And there's not a week that I don't think about whether I go to an event where I've had the opportunity to meet some important people, or even when I drive into my parking place at City Hall, when I still shake my head and I say, I can't believe that I'm the mayor. And people find that hard to believe, but I do say that to myself. It still delights me, and I'm sure some people again on the other side baffles them, but it's still a delight to me. And had a family meeting yesterday, and we talked about it. And Tyler and Cole, the 12 and 10-year-old grandsons that live up in Trumbull, and Rob and Melinda, the parents are here. When I called the family meeting, they were downstairs with their cousins in the playroom, but they wanted to be there. They wanted to take part in the discussions. And I looked at them, and when I announced my decision, and I told them what I was considering, and while I was considering it, they both went yes, they confirmed I will seek re-election and renomination. They just love calling me Grandpa Mayor. That's what it is. And the family that adopted me so many years ago have been so supportive of me. And I've had the opportunity to have a person by my side that just made everything so much better. She's enjoying it, and she appreciates it. And that's my lovely wife, Barbara. So, I can't talk too long because I actually have a Board of Estimate meeting tonight that Karen and Jim and myself and Fred Wilms all have to go to. So at 7:30, so I got a few minutes, it's only up to go. There's so many people in this room. We have city workers, fire, police, and I'm blessed to have no finer police, fire, city workers, city hall workers. Every day I walk into that building and they just smile, deal with the public. Not an easy job, I can tell you. And I've been very, very fortunate, and I'm being very honest in this. Occasionally, you always have difficulties with the legislature between an executive over different issues. But we have a majority on the council, and we work through our differences. But we have been blessed with the fact that they have worked as hard as I have to make sure that we can still handle the troubled waters in this rocking ship. And that is all the councilmen in the room that are here tonight. I'd like them all to stand up, please. Nikki and John and Clyde and Terry and George and all of them. We argued, but we come back. As I say, we have an adult beverage together and we work through it. Or we have the adult beverage first and we work through it. But, yeah. And I just want to tell you something, that when you consider many, many other cities in this country and what's happened with our economy and taxes and layoffs, the city has had no major layoffs, no major reduction in services, a balanced budget, a AAA bond rating, the finest public beach in the state, Cranberry Park. We've been recognized as one of the 100 best cities to live in the country by Money. We've been recognized as one of the best cities, 100 best cities for youth programs in the city, in the country. We were recognized by the U.S. Conference of Mayors as one of the top 5 cities in the country for our Florida Farm Project. We were also recognized as one of the top 10 cities in the country for our summer youth program. I've been honored to be selected as vice chairman for the whole country, the Conference of Mayors, for the Tourism, Culture, and Arts Committee, serving with Mayor Cornett from Oklahoma City, and the Mayor of New Orleans. On and on and on and on, as far as Norwalk moving forward, no longer the hole in the donut of Fairfield County. We are a vibrant front. Recently, we received the unemployment record numbers for the state, 9.8, 9.6. For the rest of the country, we know they went up. Norwalk and Stamford, a little over 7%, one of the lowest unemployment rates of any city of our size, not only in Connecticut, but in the Northeast. 7% is still not good, but considering, we'll take it. We've had a little upswing in the economy, we first admit that. But that's across the county, across the country, with the economy. But our police department and our chief are making arrests, putting men on the street, women on the street, and we have programs instituted that will address those problems. They're not easy to overcome. We also will continue to work on our federal programs for after-school programs, mentoring programs, working with the Housing Authority, program after program, because there is no more important commodity that we have than our young people. There is no more important job that I have as an elected official, is to protect our young people in this community, and we will continue to do that, and we will not fail them. Our members of the Board of Ed are working very hard. We've closed that achievement gap. We have a lot of work to do, but they have balanced the budget, working to make our school system better, but understanding the difficulties that this community faces with taxes and spending and unemployment, even at 7%. Thanks to our council, Mr. Kides, and other councilmen, and working with Fred Wilms and the chairman of the Board of Estimate, we will work to try and offer at least some increase in senior tax relief for our citizens. We will do the best we can on that. There will always be naysayers in this community. I always say that the old cliche about seeing the glass half empty and half full, there are some people that never even see the water in the glass. You'll never make everybody happy. I've learned that. Somebody said, Mayor, you had a big landslide last time, around 65%. But I say 3.5 people still didn't like me. But we have to work to convince people that we're doing the right thing. We've paved a lot of roads, we've fixed a lot of drainage problems, and we've held the taxes in check as best we can. I say that because the press is here, and I know that the other side of the aisle will have some comments tomorrow. But, knowing me that I'm not too outspoken at times or politically correct, I welcome the challenge. If you got a better way, and over the next year going to the budget, let me know. We're going to continue to work to keep our taxes low. We have not had a major layoff, major reduction of services. We have not cut police, we have not cut fire, we have not cut library branches. And we will continue to work toward that. My intention in seeking re-election is to continue to move this city forward despite the economic times. I will not back down from that. I will not make compromises. I'm going to protect the taxpayers. I'm going to protect our citizens. I'm going to protect our children. And I'm going to maintain the Republican philosophy that we don't have problems because we haven't spent enough. We have problems that sometimes in Washington we spent a little too much. And finally, I am so appreciative of all of you that have been with me since the time when I ran and I lost, and you didn't lose faith in me, and the time that we won in 2005, and Larry knocked on the door and said, Moccia, you're the mayor. To the last of 2 elections. And one other thought. I know we're a long way removed from the campaign next year, but it'll be here before you know it. I intend to continue to run a positive campaign, to tell what we've all done, and to stay away from the personalities and from all the other stuff that can arise during campaigns. and also to my fellow council people, my fellow